Montoya, and I'm under attack. In lieu of this Memorial Day, our freedom has been paid for by so many veterans over so many years with such a high price that we should definitely enjoy it. The war is now not only on land and foot, but more than ever, our war really is online through cybercrime. I've been fighting a war for the last 7 years, mentally, emotionally, psychologically, and yes, physically, against entities that are using cyber crime in order to hostage, manipulate, orchestrate, and churn out someone's life and their decisions. I'm here to continue to fight for freedom, but now the war on technology crime is starting to reach catastrophic levels and infiltrate the most intimate details of our life, changing our entire paths completely. I'm not only going to talk about my personal concerns, but also I want to talk about some solutions that maybe we can use to make sure that this does not happen to you. Most people would say, well, why? Why you? Well, like many people, there are so many successful, attractive people who've worked very hard over the years to present themselves in a great position or a fantastic lifestyle. And usually that's the reason why you become under attack. Jealousy, jealousism, which I call it. You have racism, you have sexism. Jealousism, I think, is so under talked about. Jealousism is a terminology derived out of my existence. Jealousism is a term that I've developed. Jealousism is a term developed out of my experience because it is the most one of the most undiscussed and one of the most unfocused, but I would say maybe the number one reason why people do all kinds of things that we don't want to imagine. Maybe one of the number one reasons why many people do things that they should not. Whether it's trying to gain a man or a woman, gain a job, or lose weight, or become popular or famous or get the promotion. Most of it is out of jealousy. Yes. You don't have to do anything wrong. You don't have to be anything wrong. It's just that a lot of people have issues with themselves and they make their issue yours. And that's really the main problem that has caused the derailment of my life to this point. As a successful, popular, attractive young lady who was a professional and well-liked and well-respected, I became a victim due to the fact that a lot of people want control of individuals that are in wonderful positions in life. They will desire your attractive looks. They might desire your lifestyle. They'll desire maybe some financial gain. They'll desire maybe your talent. They desire a lot of things. But what they're not supposed to be able to do is to walk right into your life and take a hold of it simply because they are dissatisfied with their own lives or because they have personal objectives that they want you to fulfill for their own personal gains without paying for things, without paying for things, without giving monetary value to things. Without paying or giving monetary gifts in lieu of your services or your talents or your expertise or anything that you provide. It's called slavery. Yes, it is a situation where one entity or one person may actually take on another entity or person and try to extract services, goods, or a situation without having any payment given, extract goods or services from another entity or person, and have complete control without any freedom and without any monetary or gifts in lieu of their services. Don't be overly technical. I don't want you to be overly technical. Since running into these individuals, I have not been able to do the normal things that I'm used to due to the fact that they are trying to pressure me to change my life and to actually become a part of entities that I don't agree with in lifestyle, values, outlook, financial outlook, or presentation of my own outlook, or even the life that I would like to lead as an individual. They don't match my background, they don't match my lifestyle, they don't match my financial desires, they're actually very limiting to my desires of what I'd like to achieve, meaning that they put a top off on what I can achieve, and they're trying to use me in every way that they can to extract goods and to become successful off of my own talents and my expertise without even giving me something in return for it, without giving me anything in return for it. I went to school so that I would become successful like many of you in a career. I went and trained myself in a talented area so that I can enjoy my choices that I think make sense for my own image. I have a lot of things that we do choose just because it is right for us, not for someone else. And I'm tired of being pressured, stalked, tormented, and manipulated in order to choose a path or to become a part of a group or an entity that does not match any of the things I believe in, and certainly does not compensate me because of it. It's taken a long time for me to want to come open about this because I am in the public's eye through other shows and other productions that I provide. However, at this moment, I think it's important that I do take a stance and I do express my feelings about my experiences, because there's so many other people that are in the same situation, and maybe that are in the same situation. So it's time for us to actually come together and start addressing, attacking, and also eliminating these kinds of problems. So one would say, how? A lot of people would say, well, how? How can someone hostage you? I am in what I call a cyber concentration camp. A cyber concentration camp truly is a cyber concentration camp is an actual virtual existence, whereas entities have designed, in a way, a cyber concentration camp is a virtual existence. It is a design that is housed in, it is a design that is housed through, it is a design housed through the idea that your choices, the places you go, and the people that you interact with will be limited and controlled by others through technology. Whether it's not your cell phone. Let's take that for example. Your cell phone. Very simple. We use it every day. We talk to our friends. We talk to our family. We talk about doing business. We use it for business purposes. And virtually and pretty much everything else that you can, and pretty much everything else in our lives today. Just imagine if someone had access to that all the time, 24 hours a day, and decided who would call you back, who would respond to you, who would interact with you, and exactly what they do and say. That would become a problem. You call a girlfriend up, hey, let's go to the mall, let's go shopping. And instead, they call the individual up, let them know some uncandid things about you, so they don't return your call. Instead, they have someone else call you and try to get you to go clubbing and drinking and wind up with a DUI, something of this manner. That would be charting your life from something that's fun and positive into something that's negative that will cause distress and destroy your life. That is what I mean by pretty much a cyber concentration camp. It's viral violence used to house a cyber concentration camp to lock you into a certain lifestyle without your control. A cyber concentration camp pretty much is something where you have a virtual existence A cyber concentration camp is where you have a virtual existence where your choices I've been in this cyber concentration camp for about 7 years, and I have been constantly trying to break free by exposing myself to positive individuals, positive environments, and positive activities, the way I have all my life. However, it's been quite a struggle due to the fact that I have Barry Gates and Albert Torres always at my heels trying to manipulate, dictate, and control what I'm exposed to, where I go, who I interact with, how much money I make, and what I'm capable of. This has to end.